A reporter once asked Muhammad Ali how many sit-ups he did, to which he replied, I only start counting when it starts hurting. I want all of you to think about this and ask yourself the question, when do I start counting? By the end of this talk, you'll find the answer to that question. So how many was that? 15? 16? Well, I was only halfway done doing push-ups, and let me explain why I say that. You see, I believe that there is a difference between what we think we are capable of and what we can really do. You might think that you've reached your capacity, but in reality, you're only halfway done. Our mind creates a kind of barrier when we're at that 50%, where it says, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. Our perception of what we can do ends there, because most of us don't dare to go further. I like to call this barrier the mental limit. Let's start with a short story on how I discovered the idea of the mental limit. Whenever I used to go for a jog, I would end up stopping around the 1 kilometer mark. That it would always be the same distance because that was where my mind gave me the I'm done message. But all this changed when one day I had a competition with a stranger to see who had more stamina. And my competition was a 60-year-old man. I saw him jogging ahead of me and decided that I'll follow him and not stop until he stops. I told myself, surely I have more stamina than an old man. Or so I thought, because this old man, who appeared to be 60, turned out to be David Goggins in a wrinkled old body. His legs must have been made of steel, because by the time we reached the 1 kilometer mark, he was still running and showed no sign of fatigue. Whereas my mind told me, you're done, Ayan. You can't go any further. You've done enough. You can stop now. And as I hit the barrier, my legs started to slow down, and the old man slowly drifted away from me. But watching him win kind of hurt my ego. My pride couldn't allow me to quit just then. I couldn't give up so easily when I was up against someone who was 4 times my age. That would be like giving up a horse race when you're driving a race car. So I fought the urge to quit, and with my legs starting to slow down and ache, managed to make it to the 2 kilometer mark, where it finally ended. After a long fought battle between me, a 16-year-old, and a 60-year-old man, I lost. I lost and got humbled by an old grandpa in a running race. But I was still happy. Happy because I realized what I just achieved. Sure, I lost against him that day, but that day, I won against myself. I discovered that my mind was tricking me, that it was playing games on me, that even though my head was telling me to stop at 1 kilometer, I could run 2, that I was limiting myself to just 50%. Thank you. I'm joking, guys. I was only halfway done. So now that I've told you about the mental limit and how it works, let me explain some strategies that you can use and that I have also been using to help you overcome the mental limit. Firstly, you need to know that such a barrier exists in your mind. You need to consciously think that whenever you first feel like quitting, you are limiting yourself to just 50% of what you can really achieve. Think of it as a traffic signal's yellow light. The yellow light tells the cars to slow down and prepare to stop for the red light. But what some drivers do is that when they see the yellow light, instead of thinking, slow down, they think, can I make it? And speed up and try to cross the signal. By a show of hands, how many of you have done that? All of you are getting deported today. But in all seriousness, don't ignore traffic rules unless you want your wallet to exceed its limit. Our mind also gives us the yellow signal when we are around halfway done and then gives us 2 options: to either slow down and stop there at the red light or step on the gas and break the mental barrier. The next thing you should do is find competition. Competition will provide you with the necessary force that you need to help you push the bar up. Take my story, for example. I would have never found out that I am limiting myself to just 50% if I didn't take up that little contest against the unknown senior citizen and then got humiliated for it. The mental barrier exists in everything that you do. While reading a book, or exercising, or while working on a project, and even while studying for an exam. Everyone hits this wall. So my last advice to you is that the next time you do a task, take a mental note of when you hit the barrier and make sure that after that you don't hit it at the same place again, but exceed your previous mental limit. Now the change doesn't have to be drastic because every small step adds up. Even if you improve yourself by just 0.1%, it is still progress towards the 100. Remember I told you I was only halfway done doing push-ups in the beginning? Well, I shouldn't leave without completing the other half. Can somebody remind me how many I did? 16? All right. As I'm doing push-ups, let's quickly recap everything that you should take away from my talk. Number 1, be conscious of the mental barriers your mind creates. 2, find competition to help you push through. 3, exceed your previous mental limit. And last, but most importantly, don't underestimate the elderly. Thank you.